mean, I
never.
guess I used to, but I mean,
He's also never.
Let me check the songs.
He been doing it for 10 years. So
Let's see.
yeah, he has.
Let's see if we live. Y'all might want to go to the page and share it. Okay. Make sure I see how it sounds. Oh yeah, sound good. All right, we good to go then. And boom. Oh yeah, people already messaging about the show. You see that?
Huh?
You see that? People already messaging about the show. We just got a message saying, "Where's the link to Traci's show?"
I can't get back in the messages since I changed out my phone.
I ain't never been in it, but I get the updates on it.
You get the updates when it pop up
on my phone sometimes. Yeah.
Who asking for the show?
Y'all can't do all that online. she want me to say a name on. It's a private message. Right? I don't know. They said they want the Traci show. It must be a supporter.
The Traci show. They want to know.
Somebody that want to see you.
It's a supporter. They waiting for you.
Yo, show them Traci. Right, Tommy, tighten up. You got the camera on me. They ain't here for me, man. About to leave.
Here. I'm here.
Oh, okay. We here.
We here.
All right.
I did radio earlier, and my mic was off for like the first 10 minutes.
Why?
I wasn't controlling the booth. Did y'all see my DJ video?
Nah, you see that's why you gotta come to the professionals, man. Yo, Tommy, clap it up for us, man. Use the button. Let's go, man. We ready to go. Clap it, clap. The top left. There you go. He did it. All right, y'all. We got
in a while. We had 20 already.
We got Miss Traci. We had 20 because Traci here.
Yeah, because Traci here. She's a good guy. How y'all doing this evening?
How you doing? Miss Traci.
Doing good. I am doing good. It is so good to be here. Be watching y'all make magic.
Are you a spiritual person or
here we go.
That was deep. That was what bag you in today?
Hi, my name is Traci George, and I'm one of the United States Congress.
I'm just trying to feel your vibe. Are you spiritual? Are you religious? Which one?
So it feels like that wasn't a question of before. I am very faith-based.
Okay.
Part 1, part 2, and 3 and 4. I do believe in my Bible. And then that comes in a spirituality of how I exist and move and breathe. Yeah. She went deep quick.
That was super deep.
Nice. Yeah. I'm just curious. Let's jump it off because you got the vibe already. So I figured why not? Let's jump into it and you tell us who is Traci George beyond.
But then I'm also religious as I have a diplomatic do this. I wake up at 6 o'clock, then do this, so I am religiously about doing some things, and going to church is definitely one of them.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, tell us who you are beyond the politics and what life experiences prepared you to run for Congress.
There are so many. So
don't give us that many.
Right. Right. And then somebody say, well, who are you? Okay. Yes, I'm Traci George. You guys have heard all of that already. Yes. I have 3 kids right here, born, raised Augusta, Georgia, went to A.R. Johnson. Okay. Went to C.T. Walker, graduated from A.R. Johnson, went off to major in math and physics at Clark Atlanta University.
That's
physics was too hard, so I was like, I'm dropping that. That's enough. That's smart. And then finished off with math, and I have an MBA from Clark Atlanta, did some corporate experience. And then also too, so you followed social media, Traci George. Man, them Google people said that I was 56 years old.
Dang.
No way.
People, you corrected it?
We couldn't. We don't know which algorithm. Okay, I majored in math and physics, and therefore I have the whole computer science thing going too. I cannot track who put in what where.
Was it Wikipedia?
It didn't tell you what website it is?
It was okay. We fixed it on Ballotpedia.
Okay.
And then we went and fixed it on another embedded place in Ballotpedia. And it still is just regurgitating. And then I get a year older every month.
No, every month.
Do that math, right? That's some Egyptian Bible right there, isn't it?
So I know you said you had 3 kids. So, are you from here too as well? Yeah, you yourself, born and raised here?
I am born and raised here. Yes, okay. yes. Yep, okay. Born and raised here.
Oh,
and 3 kids, they're here as well in public school right here. I am proud of my babies. They are my pride and my joy. I don't talk about them a lot publicly. I have taken them with me when I done, y'all know I shut the city down with my protest rallies and all of that. So they do come with me sometimes in those regards. But yeah, they're here in public school right here in Augusta, Georgia. Well, and I pick them up from school just about every day unless I'm busy.
I wanted to ask you. I always try to ask this question. Like,
Mhm.
during your time coming up, can you describe what Augusta was like for you coming up?
Augusta was
Politics
way
wise,
different.
or
No,
just in general?
just
However,
in
Okay.
however, yeah.
general wise. So, um, my grandmother lived off of 15th Street, Branch Street area. The old Good Shepherd, which is a building that's still standing on Essie May Boulevard. It wasn't Essie May Boulevard then, though, but
Yeah, I learned that they just changed some streets. Yeah.
right. So street names are changing. I felt it was more village mindset. We didn't have a lot of the newer high schools when I was growing up, of course.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother was really, 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 really popular,
Okay.
really well known. That's then the word. Everybody knew, like everybody know your grandmama, like that type of thing. So the word for it is definitely she was popular. So then I was Gladys Acree's granddaughter, and I had better not get in trouble in town. My grandmother served as like the booster mom for two high schools, prominent high schools, Laney and T.W. Josie.
Okay.
So yeah, she sued the school board here. Yeah, I know Acree versus Board of Education.
Okay.
That's my
She
grandmama.
won.
Yes, that's how we have integrated schools and how we came about to have even the magnet school programs here, C.T. Walker and A.R. Johnson, and busing program of making sure that schools are mixed and intertwined. And I think you learn differently and best when the classrooms have a mix amongst them. So yeah. So yeah,
Nice.
she won. They closed the case though, here recently. So it was like she won her points. And then there was legislation put in place that they had to legally do this and or that and fund different schools
Mm-hmm.
and implement different programming and take different studies. So yeah, she won. She had that victory.
What about
Okay,
you?
nice.
Like, how was you as like younger you? Like you
Oh
going to
my
school, middle
God.
school, high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, who were
The
you?
juicy stuff. I want
Yeah,
the
who
good
were
stuff.
you?
Yeah.
Juicy. Y'all want to
Yeah.
know the,
Yeah,
the,
who
the stuff.
who were you? The
So I
stuff that
went
people gonna put in
to,
comments and things of that nature.
come on, y'all put it in there. I went to C.T. Walker.
Okay, so you smart. You
Okay.
start there.
Hey. And then I went to A.R. Johnson.
Okay.
Hey.
Still smart.
Yes. So let me tell you, at A.R. Johnson, my principal was Mr. Lambeck. He did not play. He did not play. And then DW was my math teacher. She did not play. I call her DW, Deborah Williams. So I would leave campus and go to the popular high school across the street, Laney.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun over there during the day.
Mm.
So that was Traci.
Interesting.
Was I studious? No. I ended up teaching math too. And I tell my students, like, listen, I've already seen it all. Don't try the games and the tricks. I've done the things that you guys,
What made you go to A.R.
Right.
Johnson? Like, because it's a choice to go there, right? You like the
It
zone
is a
thing.
choice. So my mother was stern. I had two choices. I had Davidson or A.R. Johnson. I wasn't then going to go back to my neighborhood zone school coming out of C.T. Walker, So, and C.T. Walker, when my day was, also we went kindergarten through 8th grade. So I did all the time at C.T. Walker. And yeah, my choices. I wasn't the artsy person. So I went to A.R. Johnson and did health science track. It was a lot of fun.
Mm.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Okay. I want to jump in.
Go ahead.
You already jumped in. That first question.
I just want to jump in. What specific moment made you want to say, I need to run right now? Like, I need to run for Congress and I need to do it now.
So it's always been on my heart to be a public servant.
Okay.
It's always been on my heart to then conquer something. I think that's like the bigger challenge. It was really not until January 12th, after people in the community came to me and said, hey, Traci, we want you to run for Congress. And I said, okay, if you run, y'all got to have the qualifying fee. You got to have signs. You're running too.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have the campaign stuff. Get booted. Let's do this if you want to do it. And then that became the moment. Became the moment. You asked me before, like, what brought me to this? And I was going into telling you, like, Google is saying I'm 56 years old. No, I don't have 56 years of life. I do have my entire life experience to rest upon. And I think that's just also like the faith thing, right? That's what you're resting upon to say, hey, I can do all things. And I believe it's then all things I can do through Christ that strengthens me. That's one of my favorite scriptures, by the way.
Real quick, the comments. They say vote Traci, create the play. I like her energy, Mia, and personality, so they liking you already. All right. And then also you said people came to you and said, we want you to run for Congress. What was it about you that made people want to do that?
So are you saying like people put financial backing behind you and say, hey, this is what this is what we want you to do, and we have the financial means to make sure you get to the finish line?
Yeah, so they did. My donors, my sponsors, They did just that. And that is then important when you have people who want to invest in you because they believe in the work that I've done across this district. That's really cool.
Okay. Nice.
And I'm grateful for them. I'm really grateful for them.
What principles are you running on?
The pillar that I'm running on is bring respect back home. And then we break home down to mean crucial things. As we've been traveling the Georgia's 12th district, we see that what's important at my kitchen table is important at your kitchen table, at your home. And for us, we have 4 things that we've broken it down to mean: healthcare, opportunities, military and veterans, families and veterans, and education. So just, acronym for home.
Okay. What do you believe that you can do different? Everybody pretty much runs on the same campaign things. We all know we need healthcare. We all know we need better education. We all know we need opportunities here in the city. What is it? What's the strategy behind it other than just the acronym of home?
The strategy behind then an acronym of home is, if you look at any other candidate in this race, I don't hear them with a plan. It's already a deliverable. We're bringing respect home. Folks have watched me and they know me and they know that I change an atmosphere of a room when I walk into it. And you already said it's a whole different vibe with Traci. So you went deep immediately. Like, what is it that's tuned into you? And it is the faith base. It is my religiosity. It is my education. It is. I'm a vibe. One person in the community is like, sitting with Traci is always a vibe. You said as well. Yeah, we've been friends for a minute. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I be following.
spicy.
I be following. I be following.
What do you believe that the current congressman has failed to do for the district?
Stay in touch.
Stay in touch. What does that mean?
Stay in touch. Definitely doing the town halls. Definitely making
how
sure.
Does he know about how does he know about the town halls? Or
you can
when
plan them.
Oh, when you're saying that he needs to stay in touch.
Stay in touch with his community. As I'm out here working this district, I am meeting people who have never met him. They don't even know his name. I'll say, "Who's your representative?" And they'll say, some girl named Traci. And I'm like, "Okay," I just walk away. Like, vote May 19th, vote May 19th. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, they don't even know his name.
Is that the only thing? What is it?
For him specifically, he's disconnected. He lives here in Augusta. He lives in a side of town that's wanting to actually remove themselves from the bigger Augusta community.
What's the side of town? What's that
Somerville.
Side? Somerville. And they attempted to do it and it was declined, right?
Yes, that's a whole municipality issue. I'm running for a federal seat, but yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Nice.
If y'all got any questions, put them in the comments.
I saw one up there. My schooling was C.T. Walker, A.R. Johnson. Somebody asked, "Hey, I see."
Did you go to Spelman?
I did not go to Spelman.
Okay.
I went to Clark Atlanta University. I wanted to go to Spelman, and I can tell you all the story in that. And you said as well, you wanted a question about how I was. So going off to college, I of course had scholarships and collegiate advantage, and so I had scholarship dollars offered to me to go to Spelman. My mom and I set me up at Spelman, and then Clark Atlanta said, "Hey, you know what? We'll offer you even bigger scholarship dollars." So I ended up going to Clark Atlanta.
Gotcha.
And did my years there.
Well, I like that kind of question because when I see a comment a certain way, I always want to ask the question. Like, I guess, what do you think that would come from? Like somebody saying you went to Spelman. Yeah, like
just not truly being tapped in and knowing. And then also too, Spelman is right there in the AU Center.
Gotcha.
So you take a lot of classes when you go to one of the AUC schools, you actually take classes across the campuses. So did I take classes at Spelman? Yes, but I graduated Clark Atlanta University.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Shout out to Ray for the question. Yeah, it's a lot of good comments on here too. Another question that says, "Did you model your campaign after George Santos?" I don't know who that is.
I do want to. I want to clarify who that is. I think that's the father of somebody else that's running. I think
heard of George Lopez.
Is it what's Traci Tercel?
Okay.
Piece? Okay, so that's her father.
I can see some of the words up there. Y'all should have told me to brought my glasses.
So that's
my bad.
Her father is asking.
Oh, you got it up
model there? Okay. Did you model your campaign after George Santos?
Not to my knowledge, no, not at all. So the reason to tell you too, another point, you asked me in the beginning of what brought you to this point of sorts, and here's one of those answers. I in 2016 was a national delegate for Bernie Sanders. And when you become a national delegate, he taught how to campaign and how to be a people's public servant. So then in that, this campaign is modeled off of a lot of things that have inspired me, from Barack Obama's campaign, from a Kamala Harris campaign, to people here in the city who have campaigned and won their seats. Jordan Johnson, the energy, the vibe, connecting with the people. So yeah, it's a harmonious mix.
Carissa Bryant says Traci is mantle for our community growth. So
say that one again. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Community growth. We're just saying good things about you. That's all. They hyping you up.
Good
you know
stuff. Good stuff.
What's the hardest part about running for public office?
We were talking off camera before, and I think one of the hardest things is opening yourself up and still creating the boundary of the public and private life.
Right.
Because some folks, they just don't need to know like everything. I am a human being. So I live, walk, eat.
Do you feel like personal and public figure go hand in hand?
I do. It has to, right? I'm a human, and I'm asking other humans to allow me to represent them. So I am a human. So certainly.
What have some voters been telling you at door, like when you go visit them, or at community events? Because I see you do a lot of community events. So what is it that supporters that come up to you or non-supporters come up to you and say?
So supporters are telling me that they are ready for change in this district. Supporters are telling me we've seen the work that you have done across Georgia's 12th district. Supporters are telling me that, of course, the accessibility and affordability is crazy. And I guess, again, this home plan, they're loving the home plan. And that's where I'm excited.
I want to stay on that a second, though. Like you said, they're telling you they want change. From a constituent standpoint, right? What does wanting change look like?
Right.
So when I hear them say that they want change, is that they want a new representative. And then I'm asking them sometimes, what does that change look like for them? And then the incumbent is a certain viewpoint. And I think I am a stark difference from what he is. So that would be then the change offered.
I definitely want to, if you don't mind, I want to add to that too. I think just from a constituent standpoint too, I think one of the changes also doing other things like going to vote, but also like spreading the word, like helping you spread the word. So you doing your campaign, you come in here, you go in different places, talking to different people, finding out some issues, telling them what you plan to do, and that's kind of winning them over. But at the same time, I think someone that wants change and that's going to vote is also doing the same thing. So you go into your barbershop and you talking about the people that's candidate, you know. So
no idea.
Yeah, he on there. Shout out to John D. Milton. He on here right now, man. Barbershop Talk. He just said change is good, change is needed. That's my guy right there.
Mr. Milton.
That's my guy.
It's too funny. There's a barbershop on Tobacco Road, and they are also sponsors to the campaign. They're hilarious, and I'm dropping off the cards there. And another barbershop that's also a sponsor across town. I'm not going to name the names of these two places, but they use my flyer as promotional when they're doing their edge ups. And I'm a girl, so I don't go to the barbershop. But they using my card to do the lineups. And I said, what in the world? So it's something different and, really cool. It's like, okay, that's a piece of change. It was like, you gave us something in our hand that we could use to promote your campaign.
Yeah, that's dope.
And then as soon as they finish the lineup, they're putting it right in front of the voters' face to say, have you seen this girl before? And it's like, yeah, her flyers all over town.
There's a question on here, Shree Harris. She says, what does connecting with the people look like to you?
Connecting with the people means meeting them where they are. We've been at the doors knocking. I go to the community breakfasts. I'm at their churches. If you looked at my social media, I don't play sports. I went to a basketball tournament and was out there playing with the kids in my little flats. So yeah, meeting them exactly where they are. And also hearing them. We were speaking off camera. I feel the energy of the people and I see their stories, and I'm really empathetic about the things that are going on across this district. And some of it really hurts my heart of how we're being treated and how we're being ignored. And then that's where we're Tracy George, bring respect home.
So I hear a lot of people, they always say, a lot of politicians always come in and they're speaking very high, like, oh, I want to be a part of the community. And they are a part of the community at this particular time, kind of similar to, like you said, you go to community breakfasts. And just recently I had the opportunity to be invited to, or be introduced, because they are for the public, to all the various of different community breakfasts in the community neighborhood association, just the district community breakfast. So you get to go to these different breakfasts and events hosted by community leaders, and some just by organizations. And you kind of see the same people in these spaces over and over and over again. And it makes me wonder, is these events really for the community? And then also when you see politicians pop out now, as opposed to previously, more so. And where I'm going with this is, last year, I kind of went to every event that anybody invited me to see just a variation of who comes to these events, what's happening at these events. Is it something that I need to spend my time? I'm very big on my time and where it's being placed at. So going into the different town halls when the charter meeting, I never seen some of the people that's currently running, like the ones that's running against some of the incumbent saints of nature. I never seen them up until March, right? Okay. So I say this because everybody does a lot of talking, like, oh, I'm gonna be a part of the community, and y'all are so visible in the community during election time. But just as soon as election time is over, maybe a little after, you still are a little visible, or you may take a break. But over the years that you're seated, you kind of be like the incumbents. You don't become more visible because of whatever the job entails, because we don't know what this job entails, because nobody's sitting in his seat except for the incumbent, and you rarely hear from them to hear the experiences of what that seat actually looks like. So the cliche of everybody saying you want to be part of the community, what does that actually mean long term?
So I'm already a part of the community, like you said.
Right. They are. They do too. According to everybody who promote themselves, they are all part of the community.
I've been living here, born, raised. My mom is still here. After then, having traveled the world, and what brought me back home, they asked, where did you want to go? And I said, take me home. So being a part of the community, even for me, means one of the slogans on my Facebook page is, I want to create a space that I'm happy to live in. So then in doing that, I see I would be best suited to run for this seat, to bring resources back home, to make the changes that I need to create a space that I would be happy to live in, and to make the deliverables. Do I go to all of the community breakfasts? No one can go to all of them.
Right.
But I've been there, and I am there. And again, like I'm serving as the 12th District National Delegate and bringing back those opportunities. And folks are like, we didn't even know that those were options. At the end of the day, here you are, you're doing it. And what did it mean for you to do these things? So even role modeling, I'm an advisor to Rosa T. Beard debutantes, wrote an article in the Augusta magazine to highlight that organization. So that's, to me, what it means to just be a part of the community. I love history. So with Corey Rogers at the Laney Museum, Joyce Law, when she was formerly there, I spoke with her earlier this morning. That's a part of being community driven.
Right. So I also say that when the community knows you, you don't have to push hard for them to speak up for you.
Exactly.
I know a lot of us are in the political groups, and we see like, I'll say, like, I think it's Politics Today or Augusta Politics, either way it go. But you see when people constantly push certain candidates, and I feel like when you're out doing the work, and this is for like the incumbents, when you're out doing the work, your name is going to speak for yourself. No one person has to continuously push you as a good person or a good leader, because the community is going to say in wholesome that you're a good leader. Correct. Kind of like a Jordan Johnson. A majority of the community kind of rock with Jordan Johnson for the most part, and they feel that he's a good, he's not going out boasting saying, oh, I'm number one, or I've been a great leader. There are people that speak up on his behalf. So I feel like we don't have enough leaders that have a community behind them that is very, very vocal and loud. So how do you plan on building your community? Because you have support now, but it needs to be louder than 550 people. Like you're covering 12 cities. Is it 12 counties?
24 counties.
24 counties.
24 counties. And I I have been quite loud.
Been quite loud in 24 counties, but you live in Richmond County. So that's a challenge too that I always wonder about, is that you're representing 24 counties. But how do one gets to know citizens across 24
counties? So you
counties?
go to different events in those cities. You make the relationships. And I have made the relationships across these 24 counties in various ways. It did help that I've supported other campaigns. And in supporting those campaigns and those initiatives, that got me to build those relationships and make the connections.
I want to piggyback on that and read a comment. Maybe it's kind of what you're saying too. It's from Quantavious Foster Sr. It says, "Thank you, Traci, for leading the charge to Rick Allen's office, standing up for justice impacted citizens, hurricane relief initiative, which pulled a lot of us out of the dark during Halloween, calling hospital trustees when the service rendered was detrimental to the family's health, passing the communications to our U.S. senators to keep their team abreast, and much more. You have pulled the rural through a lot before you even thought to run. Continue to do great work, no matter the outcome."
Clap it up for her.
Clap that, clap that, clap that, clap that, clap that.
Congratulations.
I love my US
love when somebody can read off your resume without you having to read it off.
Wonderful.
You get what I'm saying?
So I love my United States Senators, Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff. You know, John Ossoff right now is up for re-election. I have relationship, like genuine relationship with both of those gentlemen because I helped both of their campaigns. Little to be known, I don't know. But when John Ossoff first came to Augusta, it was because I brought him to Augusta and then helped him build relationship across this 24 county 12th district. Okay, Augusta being the biggest city in the district, he needed to meet Democrats. And I was like, Traci George, got you, because I was doing the work. And I was doing the work in ensuring that parents had the basic resources for their families, doing the work. As you just read it right there, Quantavious, thank you so very much for highlighting some stuff. Wow. I do the work, I show up, and I be forgetting half the stuff that I've done myself. I make sure my daughter has a nonprofit, Loretta's Love. So she does resource give back and helping other nonprofits in the city galore. Definitely during Hurricane Helene, those rural areas needed food resources, making sure they were connected. Some farmers needed grants. Talked to a farmer today. His farm was wiped out. In order for him to replant, it will be 2 livelihoods beyond him to get restarted. So it's just like, sir, what do you do? How do you withstand? So just trying to find the grants to at least have his land fully paid off and being able to bring in corporate partners to help rebuild and replant his farm. So yeah. Doing the work, just doing the simple stuff and humbly doing the work, showing up often. Sometimes people are like, wait a minute, Traci, this is a different vibe. I will tell you, in this campaign mode, I can be suited and booted. I'm not afraid of a cute dress and a suit and all of that good stuff. But usually my work is just no more than a t-shirt and a pair of jeans and tennis shoes. Getting out there doing the hard work and what's needed for the people. Yeah.
It's a few comments on here. I think 2 of the comments are kind of intertwined. So I'm going to read both of them together before you respond. I know you responded before. I want to hear it on camera, I guess. All right. So the first, Ray Montana, it says, the rumors around you was married and your husband passed away after your divorce. So why was some rumors, angry vets about claiming to be his wife? And were you actually his ex-wife? That's just a question. I'm not sure what he's saying there. But then it's another question. I guess it's the same thing. And it's, are you a gold star spouse? I know you posted about that. So I know you have an answer.
Go back to that one.
Which one?
She's running too.
So is this is the one that made the video. So this is
Firearms trainer, Marine Tori Branham.
So she made a video about you.
Okay.
Maybe about 4 or 5 minutes long, or maybe longer. I can't remember right now. And I always wondered about it. And I'm happy that she's actually on this live. So maybe she can give us some context. And I do want to know from her, do she actually know you? Because she had a lot of information, and it is more so like.
Well, I asked her. Do you know her?
Well, I am asking, do you know her?
No.
Okay, so
and what I have heard about her is that she's a Republican running against Rick Allen in their primary and responsible for the Hyundai plant losing a lot of economic growth to Georgia. So that's the summation of what I know.
So is this
that name?
So in the politics game, is this more of, and she can answer this as well, is this more of a politician type jab where you
tactic?
That's what I'm
you get what I'm saying, where you
speak
on a candidate that you're not familiar with.
Then are trying to tackle a Rick Allen, let's tackle him. Let's focus on bringing him down. Let's highlight his negativity or his things that we need to bring him down on. That would be a better,
right. So that
a better strategy for me. Hey,
when I seen the video, I was just curious about if you're running, right? Would it be, I guess, genuine to go against the other candidates, or just build relationships in the community to build up your name so that you can achieve the goal in which you're looking to achieve, which is to be the incumbent?
Yeah.
So I do want to ask her a couple different questions.
Bring
but maybe
her
you can.
on. No, bring her
oh,
on.
Bring her on.
Yeah, you bring her on.
I will. You know what? I'm going to ask you. I'm actually going to reach out to you,
my phone is going off too.
See if we can get you on, and maybe we can talk about the video that you actually did, because I found it just very interesting, and being someone that's actually running for office. I'm always curious when someone speaks on someone and they don't actually know them personally, but they have so much personal you were saying that before when we were off camera, and then how to tackle that. And it's quite interesting. I state my truth, and I stand in my truth of who I am and all of my life breath experience that I bring then to this role to become the next United States Congresswoman. And I believe I am the best person that's going to challenge a Rick Allen. I have no doubt that he and I will complete our primaries. And then in November, that's who the voters have to come and make a decision on. And we know we do not want a Rick Allen. Everybody is in agreement that we don't want a Rick Allen anymore. Absolutely.
So let Traci George become your next United States Congresswoman. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna get back to this question because I don't think we answered it, but I do want to. I ask you another question real quick because Q did brought something up. So like, when people do like say things about us, you, whether it be her, whoever it is, it could be me. I feel like sometimes people feel like they know us because we would be considered public figures.
Absolutely.
And so I'm asking y'all, like, what's y'all thoughts on that? Do you take offense to it, or do you feel like I know? Because I feel like I know what come with it. So I'm on a camera every week. I'm talking sometimes about people that I never met. You know, I'm making my own suggestions, judgments. So I feel like when you're in certain positions or you're doing certain things, you should know what come with it. Yeah. So like when stuff like this happen, do y'all take it personal, or is it like, nah, I just know what come with it, so I'm just going to move around?
It's that I know what comes with it, and I set the boundary. And then I, like you said and you referenced, I made a very nice Facebook post that got over 400,000 views and a plethora of comments, hundreds of shares, and a lot of support there in those comments.
Yeah, I did see that.
And I stand by that. That was the truth. Yeah.
Nice.
So you take it, and it was a personal blow that they're going for. And I'm like, okay.
Well, I know because I think, if I'm not mistaken, we was live one time, and I don't know if y'all played the video or some of it. Is that same thing?
Did we play the video? I don't think we played the video. I think we discussed.
I think we couldn't find it, something like that. Yeah,
but I didn't.
I was lost that day because I didn't know what was going on because I don't know nothing about the military anyway. So
yeah. Gotcha. So and I'm not familiar with this, so maybe you can bring light to the situation. Why was it important for you to state or mention that you are a Gold Star wife? Like, what's the importance of it?
I call myself a part of a Gold Star family. I have 3 children. The truth is, in all of that, I was married to my husband for 15 years. He became an officer towards the end of our marriage, and then also the end of his life. And then we decided, as he went off to war, and that is a brutally hard thing, he came back a different person. And he was like, baby, we gotta go separate for a second so I can get myself together. The moment that is missing in this as well is mental health of veterans, and then also mental health of military families. That has to be supported. I saw so many families destroyed because they don't have those supports in place to keep them intact. I love that man. He passed away now. It's going on 9 years. It'll be happening in October. I loved my husband. I've tried to date here and there. That's that personal side coming in. I've tried to date here and there, and it's just, it's a little temperance. Yeah. He still lives. I respect his life, and the 3 kids that we have, they're his babies. And you said my kids look like me. I look at them and I was like, you look like your daddy. Yeah, I see him in all 3 of my kids. So.
like I said, I don't know what it is, but like I guess she asked you why was it important to say that, whatever. Like, what's the importance of someone not being one? Why was that a thing? Because somebody caught a lot of attractions. I was
because I feel like because you stated it, it caught a lot of
That's a good question. I do not know.
I say like, this in this particular way because I feel like the energy that was given towards it once you announced that you were running for Congress versus it wasn't it. What
you know, I ran for state representative before too, and it's like this. I've been myself these past eight years,
right? But I never seen anyone compile the type of information that they compiled that she kind of
excited for the attention in a Traci George race. If you guys remember, I put up on February the 2nd that I was running for United States Congress, and that thing flew like crazy as well.
It definitely
so it's like, wow, that is then what people I feel are just absorbing into my race and my campaign, and I'm excited for the attention. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you cleared it up with the post?
I do believe my post cleared it up.
Mm-hmm. And do you feel like that was enough to leave it where it's at? Like,
I do.
Like the question that was asked, do you feel like your post?
I would love for them to go and read that. Yes.
Okay. And that's that.
Yes.
When it pertains to, and I do want to leave certain stuff. And I know it's a thing to troll people to keep asking after someone's clarified something. And I know we don't like to respect other people's boundaries because, I'm me or whoever, however you want to name it. But once somebody answers your question, for the people that's in the comments that asked it, we had Ray Montana that asked it, and Tori, why don't you think that her statement that was posted on her Facebook page is enough to answer what you guys are asking, being that it's already a public statement made out there? Well, there you have it. I ain't never met a hater doing better than me. Keep going, sisters.
Thank you,
go.
Dominique.
Come on, Dominique.
That's another one of my sponsors. If you all go down there to Toast of Augusta, listen, he has the best shrimp and grits. And you'll see he calls it Traci George headquarters, Traci for Congress headquarters.
Nice.
Yes, he does, down here on Broad Street. That is awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
so yeah, I am excited, and there were some other talks as well about the campaign, and then Traci, and it's like, whoa, wow, Traci's running for Congress.
Right.
Like,
so big talk, big conversation.
Big conversation. And when I've been calling voters, it's been amazing. One lady, I called her up, and you do the campaign spills.
Absolutely.
And right. And she goes, I need you to get off my phone. You're running for big Congress. Go, baby. Run. We got you over here.
Okay.
I'm making my own calls on your behalf. Could you get off my phone? You're running for big Congress. So my team and I have picked that up a little bit. Like, yeah, Traci is running for big Congress, not no little Congress.
That's right.
So some things as well, as we mentioned with Michelle Obama, when they go low, you go high. I am running for big Congress. Let's go.
So it's important.
So the same things that I have been doing and dedication into the community are the things that I'm going to continue to do.
I have a question though. Go. You have two opponents that's on here. So, you have the father, and I'm not sure if Tracel is actually on here, but her father is on here, and so is your other opponent. How does it feel to have your opponents watching you?
That's amazing, because they got to follow it. Hey, clap. That is amazing. They got to follow it, right?
Well, can I ask a question? Like, who's all running? Like, who's all running?
Who's all running?
Traci George is running to become your next. Where's the camera? Which
right
camera?
Here.
Traci George is running to become your next United States Congresswoman for the Georgia's 12th district. I need your vote. Voting is happening right now. It started Monday of this week. Early voting. You can go ahead and go to your early voting precincts and polls and get the vote out. May 19th, we will calculate that Traci George has won the Democratic primary, and I'm on my way to be seated as your next United States Congresswoman. Why talk about other things? Back to Traci George.
Come on, back
right?
to Traci
this
George.
This says Augusta News Network,
it.
Traci George for Congress, Georgia 12.
I love it.
Yes, what else you want to know about Traci George?
I love it. That's cool. That's a lesson. That's a lesson. I love that.
Let's focus on
that.
It has been so great coming into this as well. I have my own company, Indigo Honor Society, where we consult with candidates, and I have a couple other candidates that's on this ballot as well. I won't disclose who they are because I signed those statements. I'm excited. excited that I have branded this campaign that you're seeing me in the gold and the blue because we got the victory. It's not by accident.
I respect that. I respect that. So I do want to know something though,
Yeah,
since
go
you're
ahead.
running for 24
Counties.
counties. Name them.
Okay, off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Okay, we have,
That's a lot.
and I got to close
Jesus
my eyes
Christ.
for this one because I haven't memorized
That's
like
a
an
lot.
alphabet. It is a lot.
I just want to see. We've been putting y'all on. We've been
Burke,
putting y'all on blast.
Bullock,
So we want to see.
Chandler,
Soretta did it. She didn't do all of them.
Tatnall, Wheeler, Wilkes, Richmond, Columbia, McDuffie. I'm going to say the wrong one again. Warrenton, Jefferson County. I love my Jefferson County people.
Shout out to Jefferson County.
Lincolnton, Toombs. Did I say Tatnall already? I think I said Tatnall already. Evans County, Screven County, Effingham, Montgomery. It's 24 of them things.
It's 24 of them. It's 24.
I know I love somebody. Columbia County, right there, next door neighbor to us. I did Wilkes. I did Jefferson, Burke County, Bullock County. Trying to go back. I know I missed some.
I do it.
I know I missed some. She was being funny. Y'all
Yeah,
we
did
do 24 counties.
But I do want to ask, like what's your plan? Like, how do you cover that much ground? That's a lot. That seems like a lot.
It is a lot of ground. You gotta meet the people where they are. And you also have seen Facebook page. I show up at trail rides. Listen,
we got that there's elected officials that only have 2 places they gotta be, and they won't even go
one place they gotta be,
and they won't be there. So I'm trying to, 24.
I've gone to churches. I do 5 churches on Sundays. I'm a church. I was raised in Good Shepherd Baptist Church here, and you heard me mention it before. So going to church, when I went to church, you asked me too about when I was a kid, and I like to receive the question and then sort of expound upon it as we're talking. You asked me how was life when I was a kid. So on Sundays, we were in church from early morning 2 services at one location, and we would travel with the pastor and come back for another evening service. I was in church all week. So me doing 5 churches on a Sunday, this is good stuff. I'm enjoying it.
Nice.
I'm loving it. So that's one place to meet people. But then when I am going throughout the communities, churches are rooted in community, and usually their purpose in those communities is serving people. And so I'll ask them, well, what else are you doing through this church? What other ministries are working through this church? And that's how I've also gotten to know a lot of different folks. Yep. And it's been good stuff.
Shout out to Jalen. She said, Traci Joyce has already been doing the work. Her foundation prepared her for this. So
thank you, Jalen.
You got a lot of support in the comments. I think
guys.
I'm a realist.
Y'all can support in them comments, but y'all need to be voting. Do some thumbs up if y'all gonna vote. Have y'all voted yet?
Go vote.
Go vote.
Go vote. Go vote. Go vote.
Go vote. Go call 20 folks and tell them to go vote.
I always gain a lot of respect for anybody really, but definitely elected officials who come on here because it's live. Mm-hmm. And live is like once whatever you do is that's it. And I like this probably one of the first time maybe where like it's been like a lot of pressure trying to be put on someone, and I just to see how you withstood it just now. I like that. It was dope to me to watch it. Like didn't crumble.
I'm a real transparent
didn't
person.
Fold.
I have 3 kids: a 16-year-old, a 13-year-old, and an 8-year-old. If I can't withstand the pressures of those 3 dynamic personalities in my house, you'll fall. But you stand strong, and the different things as well. I was an officer's wife for 15 years. He was enlisted, of course, and then in that track, and he went off for several deployments. I've had to be a strong woman. And I think too, going back to a question you asked, all of that life experience makes me ready to tackle becoming a United States Congresswoman and being the next United States Congresswoman of the Georgia's 12th District. I love how it sounds.
How important is it, if at all, in politics or even just running for off a seat? How important is it to be liked?
I think it's a little bit of a balance. You want the people to like you, but here's the thing, and what I place as the pillar of the campaign: bring the respect home. It is noticeable when I walk into a room or anywhere, I'm respected. I am very noticed, and I change the atmosphere where I go. Whether you're for me or not, you're definitely like, oh, okay, that's Traci George.
Okay.
I'm kind to everyone that I meet. May not like everyone. That's human. You're not supposed to like them. You're
You
supposed to love them, and I love everybody. I love and appreciate everyone.
I like that you said it's a balance, because I think for me, the more and more I do media and I dabble into the politics myself, I have my own different aspect of things, but I feel like people that's too liked, I always feel like it's a problem there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I feel like somebody, you know what I'm saying, like somebody has to
Right.
dislike you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everybody like you. Then
So that's why I'm glad they popping off in the comments too, because I'm seeing them pop up Ray over and over and over. It's the only one really.
But I will say this: like I'm a realist. I'm a realist. Like I even shout out the people that comment, because I do like dialogue. I do want to be able to ask those questions. I think the forum we put here, I don't want to say forum because I don't want to give it a political term, but what we do here is really for the people, so they can ask what they want to ask.
Right.
But just accept the answer and then move
Right.
on.
Exactly.
Because it is a great healthy balance when it comes down to it. Everybody's not gonna like you, and that should be okay. Like you should be able to have your disdain with someone and not be disrespectful.
Correct.
Or bully the person. Like your stance is your stance and my stance is my stance. And we don't have to necessarily agree. But we do have to respect each other. So I like that about the people that do support our pages, that there is a nice balance. And when there isn't, like I told you before, I just delete it. Like I just delete it. Yeah, I just delete it.
You're gonna delete the negative comments.
Absolutely. I delete comments all the time. Like I delete things that doesn't, if you're not talking on topic,
if it serves you no purpose,
pertaining to what we're discussing, I'll delete your comment. Absolutely. If you're being extremely hateful, I'll delete your comment.
Let it go.
Nothing's personal because we don't know each other. So we're really just community trying to, express our thoughts and feelings, but we don't know each other personally.
Exactly.
So that I do have to do away with. So I do that a lot. I definitely do that.
That's like the downside of the media, and social media too. What we do, I think, because we are in the forefront weekly, daily, nightly, whatever. Whether you go live, whether you posting pictures, whether you showing people where you at, you going to events, you covering news, whatever the case may be. I think people genuinely start to feel like they know you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like
and
they start
that
to feel
has
like they know
been,
you.
You asked me before, like one uncomfortable thing. I had a little girl. She just ran up on me and was hugging me. And I'm like, wait a minute, stranger danger. It's the first time I'm looking around like, where are your parents? And I wanted to pick her up. And I was like, oh, no, wait. I don't want nobody to be like crossing an unseen boundary. Like, whoa. So that has been something that was a little uncomfortable, but I am really accepting the love.
Hey, hold on real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know who this is. It's Monique Bar Lucas. I'm getting the feeling that a lot of questions I'm reading won't be answered. You might be right, so this might not be a lot for you.
You might be right. You might be right. What question do you have?
No, but this is seriously. Like I like what I do. I like media and stuff, but I feel like the only thing I dislike about social media sometimes is that people will put stuff in here that they won't ever say in person.
Right.
And I'm not liking that. Like we already answered it.
Yeah, and it has been interesting.
And we moving on. So
I did see one comment, and remember in this campaign, because it has become an elevated situation. I'm running for big Congress, not little Congress. My social media is being handled by someone else, right? So I go in, and every now and then I'm able to. They give me a little freedom, like, hey, look at some of these comments, and they're printed out and presented to me, as is done to most Congress women. And so I was reading a few of them and just trying to get a true sense of what's going on in the community. And you asked me about that, of how did I respond or choose not to respond. And you have to then not know that it exists, because there's a hurt there. So it exists, but how much attention do you really pay that? And if I am soaring as high as we believe we are soaring, and we know and feel it and see it with these comments, they're just wonderful. You just sort of kind of keep going.
To add on to that,
running up to you, a stranger danger. She's been trained her whole life. Don't run up to no stranger. But they know Traci George. So,
but to add what you're saying, just in the media, I've always found people say, "Oh, why ain't you active? Why ain't you active this?" I feel like in media, the goal, and that's why everybody shouldn't do it, because it's a lot of education that come with this.
Yeah.
The goal is you ask a question, all right?
Yep.
Have you answer it? I could believe it, not believe it, whatever. You gave me the answer. You answered already. Then we move on. Like this, it's not court.
Why stay on?
Yeah. So that's how media works.
In that place, right?
But today's society make you think it's something different because they want a viral moment, and I don't care for that. I just want to get the information out. If people like what you're saying, that's great. If they don't like what you're saying, then they make the decision going forward, and that's it.
Right.
But I'm not gonna keep staying on the same thing over and over again. And shout out to Ray Montana. I'm not. I know your kids and everything. We good people. So yeah, I think one comment said Ray will act in real life. I believe that. I've seen him ask a question in real life.
Right.
And so
But
I
it's
will,
more than Ray
I
asking the
will
question.
say,
Right,
I
but-
know
but-
Ray Montana,
But
and he
but,
hasn't
yeah.
asked me these questions
But
in real life.
But would you ask them in real life after they've already answered them? What other answer are you looking for, even if you've seen it in real life? Whether you got it through Messenger,
Yeah, I don't know. It's like,
through
am I going to
Facebook?
sway from?
Yeah.
I was married to him for 15 years. I
like
have 3
what
babies.
other answer would
He
you
passed
answer?
away.
It just, and just because I'll do the comments all the time every week. So there's some people in the comments here that say stuff, and people say stuff about them in the comments. I don't read those. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I try to be balanced with
That's good.
what I
Thank
say,
you.
because
Thank you for
I get
being
calls.
fair.
They say, hey,
And
this
I
person
think-
shouldn't say because this happened, or I get all of those. I don't do that. I just
Thank you
it's
for
media.
being fair in it. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome, and respect.
Yeah, but this is
Also,
10 years of doing this, so I think we know what we're
Respect.
doing.
But there was someone who asked for me to
Damage control not working, won't answer.
They
the Gold
asked
Star Widow
me. They asked
claim good
me
night.
online a question, but they had just been with me like 5 minutes before, and I thought, like, really, like you were just with me. Did you just go home and decide to post this when you were just
I want
standing
to
there?
read Kelby
And
Walker
then he was with
comment.
me the next day, and it's like, whatever.
Kelby Walker said, bottom line, Rick Allen has been a disaster and a bootlicker for Trump. It's time for him to go. So I want to
At the end
focus
of the
more on the fact that she's running for office.
Right.
Anything else,
Right.
if you know something cool, if you don't, that's fine as well.
To everybody's point, especially Mr. Peace, because he gets a little aggressive, and I do want to say this while I'm on live, because he has done it in my inbox as well. He gets a little aggressive, and I'm trying my hardest not to block him. But I do want him to be respectful to how we run things over here, as opposed to what he's accustomed to. That way we can respect both each other's boundaries. I'm not sure exactly what the issue is, but if we can just stay where we are, the question has been answered. Let's move forward.
What I like about what we do here versus like other places as well is that I'm going to read the comment. Like, we're going to address it, and then we're going to move on from there.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to like I don't see nothing. I mean, I have my notes of like I said, I follow her. I'm friends with her for a long time. There's a lot of things I've seen her post and say and do. Some matter, some don't matter right now. So if I'm not gonna ask about the joke she said 4 months ago. It don't matter to me right now.
Right.
I do want to ask you this though, because I did the first time. Well, me and Q, we came there. We did a you were there. I don't know if it's your, but it was like a town hall. What was that at, Q?
Yeah, remind me. Yeah.
Which one was it? What was that at?
Oh.
The street.
Here in Brigham?
Yes, over
At
there.
the senior center?
Yes. The church was doing it.
Seniors.
The
Yeah,
church was
and
doing it.
Some church was doing it, and I seen
Okay,
you
yeah, the church.
afterwards.
I
Yeah,
don't know. I'm
just
trying
some
to figure
church.
out which event.
It
now.
was the church. I think it was
I'm
Reverend, which church is on Glen Hills or somewhere around there.
Yeah,
the
but
area.
that ain't even matter. That's not important. What I was asking is like, because I had mentioned, because I went there. I'm not gonna lie, like it was cool, but I was a little lost. I'm like, okay, well, so what's a town hall then? Because I didn't understand it, and I posted something about it, and then you asked me, you was like, well, what do you want from a town hall? And you kind of and you answered, and you kind of gave me insight. Okay, well, damn, I was wrong. The town hall isn't where you get the answers. I'm thinking a town hall is a place where you go in to get answers.
That's what I was thinking too
Yeah,
when I
but
first started
I had
going
to learn
to
that you have to go to the town hall, and it's to get what's the problems.
when it gets to the problem.
And some of the problems don't have a direct answer right there.
So was that about like the charter review?
Yes, they were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of those-
Lonnie was
one
there.
of those
Angela was there.
for-
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So town halls can serve different purposes, right? So in some cases, legislative town halls, a legislative person will say, we're having a town hall to discuss this community impact issue. For instance, we recently did data centers. Another town hall can be, we want to hear specifically from the constituents, speak your mind, and we're just taking down notes because we want to hear from you. But then we don't need folks up there just rattling all night, because then we can't hear from the bulk of everyone. And then people can feed off of each other in those. And then sometimes you can have a town hall, like we need to actually come to a solution for this situation. So they can serve different purpose.
But earlier,
for the town halls.
I had asked, what does wanting change look like? And I think about that. I think of me going to a town hall, but then also criticizing it, and then also you coming in, and you didn't come in like, well, you came in, you asked, hey, what do you want from a town hall? then you tell me what they are. So now I'm moving forward, knowing, okay, well, town halls are for this. So when I come, I'm prepared now, not just watching, but I'm prepared to even engage or say something or hear and see if I can ask somebody else or get community to ask that question and get those answers.
And oftentimes too, with the town halls, they're bringing in people from the community who generally don't talk to each other. Okay, I don't normally sit down with that person who lives across town, so I'm not going to get their perspective and view on this singular point. And then to hear someone else, it may spun a thought in my head of, well, that's a different viewpoint and how to think about some things. So yeah, I love a town hall for that. And I love going to them. I sneak into a lot of town halls, even during this campaign. They were like, wait a minute, you was just 2 hours away and now you're back at a town. Matter of fact, before this sit down with you all, I just was at a town hall across town. Is it relevant to me, what they're discussing? I think so, because I am running for United States Big Congress. And those are then my future constituents. And I want to know what's at the pulse of their heart.
Don't take offense to this question, but I'm just asking it because they ask Q this question. So I'm asking you, why not commissioner? Yeah, I got PTSD. That pissed me off.
That's all people ask me.
I'm just asking. Not that I want you to. I feel like that. I'm just asking.
People before you had actually did levels before they got to the actual position that they're in.
Yeah.
Why Congress?
You gotta say it. Big Congress.
Big Congress. Why Big Congress? Not the little one.
Big Congress, not the little one. So the community came and asked me to do this. I was shunning away from putting my name back on the ballot. And so when they came to me and they came hard, and not just in voice and in talk, but with true action item plans and strategies of how to win, and then the support of showing up with me when I'm out there on the road going these 24 counties, they're with me. That means a lot. So then it's like, you're right. And then they're not just there for a commission seat, because they're across the 24 districts. And it does take a lot of support. So when I show up in these 24 districts, I'm staying at people's homes because they're family now. And that's important. That's love.
Nice.
That is love. I'm showing up with already like, Traci, we already know you're hungry. Here's your plate of food. That's love. And they're making the strategy plans and pulling together. When I get to these different counties, we already have all of the influential people in these counties lined up here to see you. That means a lot.
Now I know you running Big Congress, so definitely clap it up for you. Clap it up. Yeah, thank you. But I do want to ask. I would be remiss if I didn't ask this question. Like, what are your thoughts? You got to get spicy now. Just your thoughts now, because I know I got to preface that question. What are your thoughts on like the local politics here, though?
My goodness. So I voted yesterday. I voted yesterday.
Okay.
I am excited because I have done the work in every single one of the races that I had to choose. I had at least 2 friends, maybe more, whereas, an incumbent not running unopposed. I had somebody there. I was like, wait a minute. There was some hard choices to make. And some of those, and I'm not telling you to do this, but I had to leave blank, finish my ballot, and come back and meditate on the actual choice that I had to select. So I voted yesterday, and I tell people as well as a strategy I use, and I'm giving it away because you said I had my opponents on here, right? So I do run an Indigo Honor Society. You can go and look that up as well. A campaign strategy. Tell people, go vote early, because if you don't vote early, I am then calling you as someone who's still left out there who has to go and vote. So go vote early and get your name off the list. Go vote. Get it done. Day one. Knock it out.
One thing I remember.
Make your decision. Don't be wavering in it. Go ahead. Know your candidates. Stand by them. Make it happen.
Do y'all think y'all put out enough information so that someone can make it's how can I say it? The campaigning time is such a short time. And I know you say you've been doing the work, and of course you have a plethora of people on our live stating the work that you've done. So we know that you do the work. Even when I first met you, people were speaking extremely highly of you. So I know that you are definitely part of the community. But for people who aren't as visible as you
Mhm.
are, do you think others have put in the necessary work outside of just um, putting up their campaign signs and showing up at community events now, right? Because
Mhm.
you have been outside and so have I,
Mhm.
with a lot of community events. And I haven't seen a lot of commissioners or local politicians at these events outside of now. Do you feel like they put a lot of all of y'all, even me? I know I haven't put out so much, but enough information so
It's
so that people can make
y'all saw that plug that clock that TV. You saw that. You saw that. She's running for office.
I am.
Elect Q. Yeah. House District 130. That's what she would want, to be told and
Absolutely.
echoed and echoed and
Absolutely.
echoed, right?
Absolutely.
So it's hard. This is your first time running for
This
office,
is.
right?
It is.
So you can educate now and tell the people. I ran candidates. I pushed candidates, starting with a Bernie Sanders for president. I saw how hard that was, covering 50 states. I just got 24 counties and showing how he showed up. It's hard to then ensure everybody knows you. Matter of fact, yesterday, as soon as I came out of the voting precinct, there was a voter standing there. He had just finished, and he goes, "I didn't even see your name on my ballot." And someone else asked, and if I was to tell you who that person was, you all would laugh because it was also a candidate on the ballot. And he goes, "Well, did you vote for me?" And he goes, "What's your name?" And I was like, oh my God, at least he didn't see my name on his ballot. And I was standing there quivering like, oh goodness, I didn't reach you. I didn't reach you. And he goes, "Well, I was a Republican. I pulled up a Republican ballot." And I was like, well, duh, you're not going to see my name on your ballot because I'm a Democrat. And my name is at the top of my race, Traci Acree George. Go vote Traci Acree George, Big Congress, United States Congress, Georgia 12th District. Keep saying that for people who are joining us in now. Yeah, it was like, oh yeah, it wouldn't have been, but I want to vote for you. And I said, great. Donate to this campaign, pull us through the hurdle. He's out knocking doors today. Just go ahead and say, we need people, right? We need people backing this campaign to get her through the primary so that that Republican can vote for me in November.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right?
Nice. That's good.
I got a question in the comments. Brother Trav, shout out to Brother Trav. He says, a question for
Hey.
Traci. I'm noticing there seems to be a trend of younger people running for offices. In what ways do you think it could be advantageous for younger people to hold seats over those who are older with possibly many more years of experience?
Hats off to the young folks who want to run for office. It's hard, but I think they have a voice as well, and those voices need to be heard.
We have voices and experience too.
When you couple that then with the experience, right? So that's a little bit. They have experience,
right?
They've done things,
right? Because when you're saying younger, it's just like
and then
they're
like,
not young like college students that's
yeah,
running.
They have that wisdom asset to tap into, and if also too they're girded with the community support to back them in the ear of the community. Why not? One of my he's out there knocking doors real hard. James Cunningham over in Watley. Man, he's one of the youngest commissioners elected here in Georgia.
Nice.
Why disparage him? He has the heart of the people and the pulse of the people. And when he shows up, the energy that he brings when we've knocked doors together, the energy that he brings to those doors, they hear his mouth before we even enter into the yard. And it was like, oh, there go Bill out there. And I'm like, what is going on? So yeah, you need that energy. You need that. I hope I answered her.
No, I think you answered the question well.
And go ahead and
the next question.
Hey.
It'd be nice to have a candidate for Congress that has political office experience already. They need to be able to step into the office day one and have the experience to handle a political seat. Has she had a political seat before?
No, I have not been an elected official. And that's okay, and that's fine. I have been mentored by the best. Again, Senators Raphael Warnock and U.S. Senator John Ossoff. Coming down then to my Congresswoman friend, Nikema Williams. I've sat with these folks. Hank Johnson, I've sat with them. Lucy Metcalf. I've had candidate trainings to lead me through. I have leadership experience galore and managing high dollar funds. So
I want to read a comment. I want to kind of pick up what you just said, and it was a comment. I like that he said, yeah, the commissioner was what someone else wanted for them. The only one born and raised in Georgia, Traci Joy for Congress. And so I want to put them two together, which I like his statement. I will say this: I think sometimes we do think that every person that's born in Georgia is the best candidate for Georgia, or like you say you born, and I don't think that's true. Just like I don't think you being a politician per se, quote unquote, makes you a better candidate than somebody who hasn't been a politician or who hasn't had a political seat. The better leader going to show every time. Who got the better qualities? Who's willing to put in more work? Because sometimes the politicians know the game, so they don't do enough. They do stuff to get by and pad their stats. Which is why when you see them, you say, "Oh, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that," and you're like, "Well, where you was at?" Because I've been here.
I've been here.
How you been on? How you been on 12 teams?
Y'all have seen me. Y'all have seen Traci George's work ethic in that. I've been grinding, and I say out there that I am the only one born and raised in this Georgia's 12th district because it aligns very nicely with bringing the respect back home. This is my home. Then who knows it better than someone who has been born and raised here to defend it, to fight for it, to bring the resources back to it? I know this dirt because this dirt is in me. Because I used to run around barefoot playing in this dirt. I understand the changes and I understand the nuances of the citizens of this district because they're family.
Robert Dixon, I think you might have asked the question, but it cut off because the comment was like very long. So when you say, can you clear the record of the statement being made by other candidates regarding you taking her, it stopped at her. So I don't know. Maybe the first 20 lines wasn't needed. I don't know. Huh?
You said who?
It was a long comment. So like, you know,
so for the record, I was a candidate in the race, Robert Dixon in the race, but suspended my campaign because I'm young and wanted to get more experience, even though I feel I know the issues and have energy to make change. To get my question, I'm unsure if this question has been answered or asked.
I'm squinting because I don't have my glasses.
As a first-time candidate, I know how difficult it could be to have people talk about you who don't even know you. However, can you clear the record of the statements being made by the other candidates regarding you taking her
materials?
Taking her material. It's another
materials.
It's another comment. Scroll up some.
For taking her materials. I have not taken anybody's materials.
Go up some more. Right there.
I read that.
No, not that one. No, you want the Ellen one. Not K, Ellen. You see Ellen? Went to go up.
Right here? I read that. All right, yeah, I read that.
It's nice to have a comment. No, she asked something else. Scroll up some more.
I saw one on there too. She said the
intern.
Right
here. That one. Okay.
All
right. So she said, can she answer the question about the claim that Tracel Peace Nichols at the Columbia County
Did you all see that form?
That she was basically conned by Traci George. I'm genuinely curious if this happened or not.
So I never conned her. I was upfront and very real with her. My last words with Tracel, that form that she did a very low blow of just saying allegations that were not true. And then I did not have a chance to rebut. It wasn't a debate. And she was coming at me like it was a debate. I'm like, lady, ma'am, thank you. It was not a debate.
So do y'all have like a personal relationship or something? Why is this relevant?
Great question.
Okay.
And we're running.
So it's something that she stated to the public that she feels about. So why would it? I guess, how would you guys?
So again, as we were at the candidate forum, you then want to highlight anything that you think may then, the other thing that we discussed before. Like I am a shining gold here example of I am about to be the next United States Congresswoman. And so let's not let her win the primary. So let's throw any rocks. So we move on. Traci George will be your United States Congresswoman May for big Congress, right? For big Congress.
Can I get this is my question? I don't know. I got a question. It's just maybe I'm bored on some stuff. I don't know. Like why that be mattering? Like
right.
I'm genuinely asking that.
And that's
not that I have
any
any
to the ones that commented. So Miss Ellen, why does that matter? Because if it was something personal that happened between her and Traci, Tracel and Traci, why does it matter? And if you were not part of it, you still wouldn't know in its entirety where the basis lies.
Real quick, what's the job of the Congress?
Congress.
What you're running for? What do y'all do? That's a better question. That's what matters,
So
right?
it sure does. So we do know that there are three branches of our federal government. You have judicial, executive, and then Congress.
That's the education side coming in. They try to question that too, but you're obviously you know your stuff. So keep going.
Who questioned that?
I don't get into
keep
it.
Going.
Just...
My lordy. You have the congressional side that is then split in two houses, senatorial and United House of Representatives. The United House of Representatives then have, as they're branched off into different districts across all of the states, and all the states have different numbers of representatives that come into that house. They then make laws and balance government between themselves and that congressional house. That's what we do on behalf of the people.
Gotcha.
Fight for legislative laws to represent the people. We connect them to federal resources across the district.
But me knowing that now, I know that it's just some questions that don't really matter. Then, not that I'm happy to ask. I want.
If the goal is to make the city, or you're supposed to be pushing us forward, and that's for any candidate that's on here. If the goal is to make things better, shouldn't we focus more on the grit work and the groundwork of how we're going to bring us back to community instead of throwing darts and daggers at each other? That we do the work. There's a lot of territory to cover when you're running for any office, and I just feel like even with being someone on the ballot, there's a lot of ground to cover that leaves little to no room to really go after another candidate, because you are. It's not like the whole world is voting. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially like in Augusta, we talk about the voting numbers all the time, but it's not like 100,000 citizens are voting. You really have to go out here and do some work, but to get people to go to the polls.
I heavily think about like people that can't run like a clean campaign,
right?
Because then I'm wondering what you running on.
What you running on? That's what I be thinking.
Are you running on what you can do and what you will do, and your game plan, your structure, your strategy, or are you running on I'm just going to tear somebody else down? And hopefully now you'll pick me. That's what I'm curious of. Yeah. But when she said what the Congress did, I was trying to figure out the little smaller town that we don't think about, Toombs County, right? And how some of these questions don't really affect Toombs County at all.
It don't.
And down in Toombs County, which is then Valdelia.
Yeah.
They have a huge agriculture there.
Yeah.
And they're working those fields like crazy. And that's their economy, and that's what they're basing it on. It's then something that needs to be touted as a true hallmark of this district. Like, we have the Valdelia, world-known Valdelia onions right here in this district. Augusta, Georgia, the Masters.
Yep.
Not more than the Masters.
Yeah, you play a little different over here.
The Masters, the National Golf Tournament. These things need to be touted. And then how does each of those bring resources back to our kitchen tables? Yep, that's what needs to be highlighted. So Traci George has built.
Because I feel like a lot of us are out the loop when it pertains to politics, and we just want to see more of the work, more of the people doing the work, more people getting our attention pertaining whatever seats that they're running for, whatever things that they're doing in the community. We just want to see more people doing. If you are a politician, maybe remove being a politician and just be a human.
And I just want to say,
that's why I said I am a human.
Just be a person and somebody that's connecting with other human beings, building and connecting communities across your platform. However you see fit, without having to actually, throw jaggers. And again, I don't know what the personal reasoning behind you guys want to know certain personal people business pertaining to certain things. Because again, I want to know, why does it matter?
I think so I want to be clear on the question. Like, I'm not mad at any question that was asked, right? But I wanted to make sure that the question that we're asking, it matters when you go vote,
right?
Like, so because whatever question she asked, are you Republican, Democrat? Are you this or that? Once she answered them, like, that should affect your voting.
Yeah.
And so any questions you ask should be whether it's going to affect you voting for her or not.
Yeah.
That's it. Not whether you like her, whether you think she's cool. or you were trying to clear some up that don't matter.
Yes.
I just
Right.
want to make sure it's going to
And
be
certain stuff, I just feel
impacted by
like
the voting.
if it was big, so like financials, let's just say you was in a seat and something came out about you owing money or something to the nature, something big. Yes, of course. Let's talk about it. Let's bring it out to the forefront. Let's go ahead and get some understanding to it. But these are personal things. It really has no value of whether or not you are who you need to be Congress. The things
Correct.
in which they are asking to, and that's just my personal opinion about the questions or the what you guys are seeking as far as her to answer. I don't think that has anything to do with whether or not she's good at being someone to
Congresswoman.
assist with helping writing legislation or being a great benefit to the community.
And shout out to Robert Dixon. He said, I asked the question because I only hear one side of a story and not both sides. I believe have an impact on potential votes for constituents. And I agree. The question, it was cool. It just, it was a lot at one point of the same things. It was repetitive. That's all I was saying. So that wasn't against you,
shout out to him.
Robert,
Didn't
per
he say
se.
he was on this ballot
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well?
yeah.
So
So
keep
shout out to
trudging.
you.
Definitely. He
Right.
needs to be a voice of the people.
Definitely,
someday.
definitely.
Right. And he's still not answering the question. And I still would like for him to answer the question, why does it matter?
No, he's
He
no,
did.
that's
That's
what
what
he
he was
said.
saying. Yeah.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
saying
he
because
wants to hear
because
both
what
sides.
sides? Okay, so her
He just wants
side
to get
was
clarity.
her side was what
It was
she
just
stated.
different from her side.
on
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Oh,
that's
okay.
all. So her clearing it up, yeah.
She
Which is
cleared
why
it
I
up.
like this because it gives people a chance to ask you a question as well. We ask questions, but it gives them a chance to ask questions. Just when you abuse it, that's when it becomes a problem. I wanted to ask you, what's the question? Yeah, I lost it again. Never mind. Go ahead, Q. I lost it. I wanted to.
Now, you're not that old to be losing stuff.
I'm a little
quick
old.
like that.
I'm up there. I'm up there.
No, we got other comments. What we got?
We got a
Seems
bunch of
lot.
comments.
Yeah, let's go through some comments and then we're gonna wrap it up for tonight because I see it's
shout out to Mark. He said, "Hey, so from my optics, so much time is spent on slinging mud campaigns become muddy, so the focus is shifted to stuff that doesn't matter. I want folks that can get stuff done for the people by building relationships, learning a job. Unfortunately, as a public servant, that's part of the territory most times.
It is, Marcus. It is truly in that.
But do you
Shout out
have
to
to
Marcus,
indulge
man.
into it?
And then I've built the relationships. I know the job because I have watched congressmen, congresswomen my whole life. Maxine Waters, I love her dearly. So it's been really awesome to then learn the job, and no one then rightly in their mind. And our dear friend Jordan Johnson, I asked him even in his commission seat, I said, "Sir, were you ready for day one?" And he goes, "Absolutely not." Because no one's ready for nothing. Like having babies, you can babysit all day long and take care of the nieces and everything. Right, but on day one, you're like, unless you've been it before, you're never
gonna be prepared.
Yeah, but I can tell you, I can step up to this plate and I will be there. How will I balance economic growth with fiscal responsibility?
She can see.
See that?
She can
Thank
see.
you. I had to squint for it.
The things that matter.
These are the things that matter. We have to be fiscally responsible. At my kitchen table, and if you guys are hearing me in my stump speech, I am upset that we went into the beginning of this year. They were balancing that budget and giving us the price of eggs. You guys remember the price of eggs was crazy high, right? And then trying to be fiscally responsible, they went off and wars have popped off. And now the cost of gas is high and I can't afford the gas to go get these eggs. It's like, that's not responsible to our constituents and doing right and bringing respect home. Again, this is then why Traci George is running to become your next United States big Congresswoman.
The question I did have, I lost it. Was I noticed that over the years and now even you running, you've always been vocal.
Very.
One thing. Let me stop doing. I'm just asking a question. Will you be as vocal once you get in office?
I will. I do not like that I have to sort of be curtailed right now, but I do want to ultimately be correct for the people and stand before them because they don't need somebody that's going to, it's still my voice. It's still a Traci George voice ringing through. And I am ringing through a voice that I am echoing from the people. And I am not then echoing what an organization has told me to say.
Got you.
So I'm going to be vocal. I'm going to be in those streets. I'm ready for it. I am ready for it. And I'm then an exception to a lot of the rules in all of my life. I wasn't supposed to be that kid from right here on 15th Street, Augusta, Georgia, that will then went off to major in math from Clark Atlanta University. While I was at Clark Atlanta University, I was able to go to Princeton. Stuff like that don't happen for folks like from our hoods. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I've been a different type kid. I've gone to the Ohio State University. I've gone to live in Alaska. I've lived in Germany. I have a breadth of life, and that doesn't happen for everyone. I'm again that exception to the rule, and because I have conquered so many things in life to be as successful as I am, there we then have, how would I stimulate? Here, I can read this one too. How can I stimulate job creation in Georgia, especially in regions like Augusta? Yes, we need to definitely do more workforce training for jobs that are brought here already. We have new plants that are coming into this area, and we need to ensure that human beings are working in those plants. I went to a warehouse, and there were robots all over the place. And I said, oh, what is this?
Yeah, I seen that too.
You saw that? Yeah. Somebody didn't believe me when I told them.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, it has to be a human there. And I was like,
nope. Only humans is technicians that come on and fix robot.
A robot.
Yeah. Yeah.
How unfair. So stimulating job creation, definitely bringing more folks here that definitely will have economic impact. What is she saying? You laughing?
She said, do y'all know Traci's bloodline? Are y'all not familiar with who her grandmother is? They got to be in you, not on you.
I started that
it got to be in you, not on you.
It got to be in you.
Not on
this is in me.
It got to be
it
in
is
you,
really
not on
in
you.
me. I have fought. I learned a lot in fighting for myself, and that's why I am an exception. And that's exceptionality. And I'm asking voters to vote for an exceptionality. Vote for someone who is going to fight for them the same way I fight for myself. I'm going to fight for what's right. I am going to do that. I'm going to stay in that. And we got to make it right for the people, because it's just so off right now. It's wrong. It's not right.
All right, let's do the last comment and then let's wrap it up.
Angela has, Angela stated,
as Traci stated earlier, personal life does play a part in political life. Knowing that a candidate has integrity in personal life is important to a lot of voters. And if the goal for some, like me, is to ensure that the incumbent is unseated, voters need to know their candidate can hold up to the scrutiny that comes with running for U.S. Congress. If they can't, we all continue to lose because we're stuck with Rick.
Yeah, so we do not need to divide this at all.
Yeah.
And that's Angela Bakos, right?
Yes.
Resource Augusta. She does a wonderful job. I have worked with Angela before in the community. Like, she used my front porch even to house her materials for her conferences. And I'm excited then that anybody that's in these comments, they're supporting this race and Traci George for Congress, Big Congress, Georgia 12th District. And I'm then excited about folks who is an institute for, she's a pillar in this community.
Yeah,
running Resource Augusta. She's definitely a pillar in this community. And she's on here saying something that is truly, truly, truly value. So I spoke my truth.
Yeah.
On my social medias, go there, learn more about me, where I stand. I don't back down then.
Yeah.
Yep. I stand by everything. I love on folks.
Out of curiosity,
I do right by folks.
As a voter, we all are. Who determines who has integrity? Is it something that you have to do for yourself? Because I can say whatever, right? I can say my truth all day long. But if you are not going to believe my truth,
then what
else would you like for me to do?
Right.
But even so,
what is some interesting thing? Don't make up a truth and be like, well, now this is her truth.
Right. But what do you have it to compare to as well?
I have to define myself.
Right. And then what do you have my integrity to compare it to? Right. If I am the truth holder of myself and I speak my truth and you don't believe it, I'm the only person to show my integrity, right?
Right.
So it is then your choice to choose if you relate to my integrity, because we don't all relate to everybody's integrity, right? Everybody has their own way of doing things, their own way of how they do things, and it may not resonate with you, right?
Yeah, right.
Even the response. Some of y'all aren't okay with her response, but a response was given, if that makes sense. Just because certain things doesn't make you feel good doesn't mean it's still not someone else's truth. It comes off more so you're looking to define somebody else's truth so that it be exactly what you want it to be. And when it's not, it's like, well, you're not answering the questions. You're not doing this, and you're not taking scrutiny well, or you're not doing X, Y, and Z. When I'm upholding it, I'm taking it, I'm speaking on it, I'm answering the questions. It's just not what you would like to hear. Sometimes just addressing that, like, it's just not what I want to hear, and that's okay.
And move on, right?
Yeah, it's just not what I want to hear, and
instead
that's
of belaboring the point. Yeah.
I wanted to say, when I think about integrity, I was always taught as like whatever you do when nobody watching.
When nobody's watching.
Right.
Absolutely.
But I feel like within this, and it's not me caping for nobody, because I mean, people do their own thing. But within this, she's spoken about 20 to 25 things she's done when nobody's watching.
Yeah. It's other people speaking on things she's done that she hasn't, that why nobody's watching.
And I mean, we all human. I'm not saying this is your statistics, but if somebody tell me 29 things they did when nobody's watching, it's all good. And they did one that was like, maybe some was iffy. So they 29 or 30. It's pretty good human being.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I could be off.
No, those are my statistics. I consider myself to be a very good human being. And especially, I wake up every day with that intentionality in mind, especially rooted. I'm a mommy of 3 kids. So that's like my first job right in front of me. And also when I go to bed at night, of making sure that when they be like, hey, that's my mommy, am I proud?
Yeah.
And I'm not out here in these streets then being a bad mommy, So yeah, I'm proud enough to be their mom. They're proud to call me mom. The folks that are in the comments galore saying, hey, yeah, Traci is doing this stuff and showing up in the community. And so then I'm asking, on May 19th, ultimately, you need to make that decision. Not even if you supported anybody else in this race. You already know Traci George will be the candidate at the end of the day in November to beat a Rick Allen and then unseat a Rick Allen. We're going to flip that seat, and it's going to come at the hand of a Traci George. I do not mind personally challenging him every single chance I get. I knew enough and was comfortable enough and trusted enough in that process to do it, because I have had to personally challenge his office. So then I also don't lead anybody into waters where I can't handle and I can't swim myself, right? I then led a protest of over 100 other folks at his office one day, knowing already, like, I want you all to see what the outcome is going to be once you walk down these waters, walk down this process, because I've done it and I still do it. I go over there to his office. I know his staff very well. And I even know the transitional plan for his staff, because that's what I'm planning for.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got 2 questions, and then we're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
I do want to know, what do you want Augusta to feel when they hear your name?
I want them to feel like this is our home girl. This is the person who has been raised by this community. We're proud of Traci. We're excited for this campaign. It has already been spoken that the next person who will unseat a Rick Allen has to come from Richmond County. And here I am to do that work. They've seen that I have brought national attention to Georgia's 12th district, and I'm willing to do it over again. I did it by being a national delegate. I did it by announcing that I'm running for Congress. I simply, and that whole thing, you all, I am a smart, educated woman. I know how to do press releases. I did not write a press release to say I'm running for Congress. I put up on Facebook a simple post, and it ran.
It did.
It ran. It ran so quick, fast, in a hurry that my website crashed. We had to come up with another solution quickly to capture and garner all of that energy.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
When you go then and look again, right? Isn't that good news?
news?
That's exciting stuff. So I want the community to know, like, this girl has our back.
Yeah, you took off. I'm not gonna lie and say you didn't, because when I seen it, and not being so familiar with you, only a couple months, and not really intimate familiar with you, when I seen it, go, I was like, oh wow, she has a lot of support.
And
A
so
lot of
also
people support
too,
her.
it was, this has been, and I want, when I ran my first campaign of state representative, it was also this same pillar, bringing respect back home. I just said, bring it back home, bringing it back home. What am I bringing back home? The respect, because we've lost that respect. And even in that campaign, folks were like, you're running a campaign that's bigger than just state representative. And you asked earlier, why not just a commission seat? This dream was bigger than me. So for myself to even grasp it.
No, you've done the work. You've been in the rooms.
I did the work. I've been in the rooms, but I grasped,
you've been around
I
the people.
grasped this possibility of the timing. I stand by timing and doing things at the right time. Putting up that Facebook post at the right moment in time. Y'all, it was a snow day. I just put it up and I went off with my kids hanging out. That was then. My decision was made January 12th to do this. It was not a moment before that. One, and I can count the time. I was on the phone with the community folks. It was 1:30 and they were saying, you got to run for Congress. You got to run for Congress. Traci, it got to be you. It was not a moment before. 1:30, January the 12th. You all can go look at the financials and the paperwork. I didn't register committee to elect Traci George. I wasn't about to run for this right then. The timing was not then until 1:30 on January the 12th, and the announcement pushed forward on February the 2nd.
Nice.
And we have been efficient running 24 counties, big Congress, in a very short amount of time.
In one sentence, why should people trust you with their vote?
You definitely should trust me with your vote because you've seen in a short amount of time the respect that I have garnered because of the work that I've done. It's based on a true foundation of being in the community, being an integral voice in the community. You're not going to fret with that voice. You're not going to waver with that voice. I'm here for the community. You definitely should vote for me because I'm not going to let you go. I'm not going to fail. We're going to win in November.
If you don't win, do you continue to serve the community?
Most definitely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Where else I'm going to go?
Absolutely.
My companies are rooted in the community.
People disappear after they lost,
But here's the thing. I have one person in mind because I just actually got on to him about this point. Like, we don't hear you as loudly, but you're still doing the work. You're still doing the work. And I feel
like you should be as loud as you are doing campaign time, doing just regular,
whatever you're doing. Yeah.
You should be just as loud. You shouldn't be quieter, but still doing the work. You should be just as loud as you are doing campaign time.
You know, I'm
knocking on doors, showing up in
when I wasn't running, I was loud. So I'm gonna stay loud.
You was a lot of conversation. I can't say that. And that's what made us want to sit down with you because you are a lot of conversation. Whether it's good, bad, and
loud in a good way, you all, not just loud, reverberating off the walls and an echo chamber, listening only to yourself. I have been vocally loud, and my work is loud and progressive loud. So I saw that question run back through. Is she a Democrat or a Republican? My goodness. You all already know the issues that and the values where I stand. I'm a Democrat, definitely, and loud about that. Championing democratic principles and values. Yes.
Absolutely. You got anything else?
Nah.
Thank y'all.
Y'all got any questions in the comments before we wrap up this Tuesday live? Did you guys enjoy it? I had fun. I think
they enjoyed it.
I like that there's a variety of different supporters on here. I like the conversation and dialogue. I like understanding certain things because I do feel like the political world has its own world.
It does.
Its own way of doing things, its own language. And as we emerge into the political realm and learning a lot about Augusta politics as well, certain things, I guess going back to Brother Trav comment about the younger generation, we don't understand. And I'm not young in that particular sense, but I am experienced in a lot of different calibers of life. Certain experience that our older people who are seated haven't actually experienced, and it's community based. A lot of them are boxed in. So yes, they have experience as far as sitting in government, but they don't have experience in community. They don't have experience in people.
Community means different things too now. Because you can, I listened to a show, Karen Hunter. I love her. And she'll say, you have to be rooted, grounded, and be community.
You got to be community.
And you have to understand your role and then place in community.
Mm-hmm.
So I am loud, but there's often some rooms, and you've been in those rooms where I am a leader in those rooms and I have not said a word.
Mm-hmm.
I sit and smile and I listen, I watch, and I pay attention.
Yep.
And I know then in timing where to speak, where not to speak, and what to do and what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what has really garnered me a lot of success.
That's
So
good.
thank you guys. I
So
really
you're
thank y'all for
analytical.
letting me drop. I majored in math.
Analytical.
Man, yeah.
I respect
analytical,
that.
Yeah.
Well, Kate said, proud of you always, my girl.
Yeah,
And she
love
says,
Kate.
appreciate all for the conversation. All right, y'all. Well, this is our Tuesday night live with Maine and Q. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.
All right.